Hello, friends. Welcome back to Death Before Booze. I'm Sam.
I'm Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Sam.
So we're here, and
We're here.
we're almost recording at like a normal time of day, and
I know.
almost giving Jen time to edit,
Ah.
which is very nice of me. I know. I don't think there's any housekeeping just yet. We're coming up on 100 really soon, and I think we have like a really cool idea for you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. Oh, my final little update before we start with our topic is Zach Bagel Bites and Hot Topic molded together to make a merch line. And I am so excited. I'm so excited. Jen, we have to go to the mall.
That's it.
Like, we gotta act like we're in high school, and we're gonna go back to Hot Topic.
We're gonna go to Hot Topic.
Mom, I need money to go to Hot Topic. I need my rubber bracelets, my jelly bracelets.
I need the buttons that I'm gonna put on my book bag.
You don't understand. I need the band tee. They're 2 for $20.
That was the best part
I
about
know.
it. They were 2 for $20. You're like,
Yep.
how do I not get?
How do you
two?
not? No, Mom, I don't go to the sex part of the store in the back. No, Mom, they don't sell weed behind the counter.
You know, like I didn't even know there was a sex part in the back.
Oh, wait, maybe
Is it
that's
Hot Topics?
Spencer's.
That's probably.
That's
Spencer's,
probably
yeah.
Spencer's. Oops. Sorry,
Yeah,
Mom.
they don't-
Okay, let's get on to real things. Jen, what's our topic?
Our topic is skeletons in the closet.
Skeletons in the closet. Skeletons in the closet.
So it's funny because I actually searched up for this because I saw your topic first.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I could be literal or I could be, misunderstanding but understanding the assignment at the same time like I did with revolting.
I can't tell you how many times I misunderstand the assignment because of my interpretation, and somehow it still fucking works.
Yeah.
So
No, it's so I was like, you know what, let me give it a shot. I started something completely different and then I found this and I went, you know what? Let's ride this train. So here we go.
oh boy, I almost expected you honestly to do like Poltergeist the movie, like with the. Or did you cover that already? I don't remember.
No, we mentioned it when we did Hollywood, and I did The Crow instead.
There you go. Okay, I'm sorry.
We were going to talk about Poltergeist, but I was like, I know that. But that'll be for another day. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'll do that. And all the crazy curses that come with that movie, too. But I'm going to be talking about Harrison Frank Graham, a.k.a. Marty. So I'm going to be referring to him as Marty because that's his nickname, but he has...
How do you get Marty from that?
I have no idea. I have no idea. It was a nickname his mom came up with.
What's Marty the nickname for to begin with?
Like
Martin?
Maybe?
Martin. Okay.
But he doesn't have a Martin in there.
There's
so
no Martin in there. Wait, what's his
No,
name
it just
again?
seems-
Bartholomew Harrison? What's his name?
Harrison Frank Graham.
So shouldn't his name be like
Graham Cracker.
Harry? I like Graham. I call him Graham Cracker.
Yeah. I would call him Graham Cracker because I like Graham Cracker.
Yeah, GC.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's also known as the Bone Collector. So
Like the movie
we're jumping
with the book?
Yeah.
Is that
but
a real
it's not,
book?
I'm assuming it is.
I'm going to
haven't read
Google it.
but
Keep
that
talking.
movie, like,
That movie was fucking amazing.
it was great. I was a baby and I was like
Traumatized. I watched that movie so many times. Oh my god, poor Queen Latifah. And then when Denzel does the thing with his bed and it crushes the dude's hand, he's like, ah! Oh my god, what a great movie.
I have to rewatch that movie
Oh,
because I was such a baby.
I
when
bet
it came out.
when you watch it on a TV now, you're like, ew, this looks terrible. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course.
Because the
But, like,
quality, but the thing itself is probably amazing. Like, it's such a good one. Oh, there is a book.
Oh yeah. That's what I thought. I thought it was based off of a book. But
Okay.
so Harrison or Marty was born September 9th, 1959 in Philadelphia, and he was the oldest of 5 children. He exhibited signs of intellectual disability and had issues with academic performance and discipline at school early on.
I was going to say
And according
same,
to-
but not really. Almost.
I found this YouTube channel, and her name is Brittany Vaughn.
Hi, Brittany.
She does it's like she does makeup as she talks about true crime, which is so funny.
I love
It's
that.
amazing. I was like watching her, and I was like, "Girl, oh my god!" She said, he was, quote, a turtle on tranquilizer slow. That's describing Marty.
Oh my
and I
God.
was like, what? So, yeah, she does true crime, and she does her makeup.
Does she do
time.
like
It's
full glam, or does she do like weird makeup? I don't know how. Not weird
I think
makeup.
she
You know
just
what I
does-
mean?
I think she just does regular, because she was doing her foundation and whatever, and I was like, this is amazing.
I watch
And
this on TikTok
again,
all the time.
it's great.
It's
right?
amazing.
So he was forced to drop out of school in 10th grade because he didn't show up to school and he had failing grades. His mother later claimed that he was diagnosed with a mental disorder and spent 2 years in a mental hospital. However, this has not been verified. So she says it was a thing. It has never really been verified by anybody.
Okay. That's
There
a
were
weird thing to
also
lie
times-
about.
I agree, right? There were also times when Marty and his siblings had to spend time in foster care,
Oh.
and she was not able to care for them. So I don't know if this was you're right, something to lie about, or if she like misunderstood, like whatever.
Yeah.
Either way. In early 1970, Marty started working, many jobs in the construction industry, which is great. He moved out of his parents' home. He found residence in North Philly, in a little bit of a poorer neighborhood. Not a big deal. He was on his own, whatever. But he did begin to drink a lot and spend a lot of time with pimps and prostitutes.
As you do.
As you do. When, he wasn't violent towards anybody, though. So it was kind of like he just spent time with, like, people who were kind of sketchy. In 1983, he rented a 3-story apartment in a housing complex. The housing complex was mostly vacant. So they had a lot of different, it's not like he had neighbors. He had like his housing complex and then maybe like a floor like or two above. So there was a lot of opening. So it was kind of like,
There's like a condo?
I think so. That's kind of what I was thinking of. And because, again, a lot of vacancies were in there, it's not like people were around directly.
Mm-hmm.
Marty and others fenced off part of the parking lot, and they used that as a place to buy and sell drugs. They're like, this is our place now. We're
Dude,
just doing this.
all I'm picturing, and please, you know how when at Christmas time, they cordon off part of a thing for the Christmas trees, and there's like a barrel that's on fire to keep everybody warm. And then there's just Christmas trees everywhere, and the like closer you get to Christmas, the more puny they look and pathetic. Like
Yes.
That's what I'm fucking picturing right now.
That's literally
Like
what I
Circle
also
Lethal
pictured.
Weapon from like, what is that, 86, 87, whatever year that is, where they're like doing coke outside, like within the trees.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm totally picturing right now.
Honestly, I don't, and again, like, the landlord or whatever, like, I don't know if they just weren't involved.
I'm like,
but,
fuck it.
they took a part of the parking lot. They were just like, this is our place. We're just gonna, like...
I don't know why I thought you were going to say they like play soccer or something there. Like they cordoned this off to like
mean, they
fuck
could've.
around and like play, and like they had like a
They
picnic
could've
table
done
and a
that, too.
barbecue, and no,
They
instead
could
we're
have done that, too.
it's the
I mean, they
Walmart
could
of
have had
drugs. Well, if you go to one, car parky place, A1, that's where you get your heroin. A3, your marijuana. Cross to B3, that's your coke. Okay? And then if you want some Molly, you got to go to the dude standing by the barrel. He's over there. He's a little weird.
So-
Don't look him in the eye. Just give him your money and walk away.
Just give them the money, tell them what you want, walk away, and don't say anything.
Yeah.
Got it. Within 4 years of living in this complex, he kind of turned his apartment into a drug den. So he sold drugs out of there. He had people do drugs with him in there.
Why sell
It was
out of
just
there if you have a whole beautiful landscape to do it in? You don't want people to know where you live.
That's
Has he
fair.
never heard of the Craigslist killer? Because I just heard about him, and he's kind of creepy. You should do the Craigslist killer.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah, that was not a good one. No. Okay, keep going.
So, despite the fact that he did, involve himself in selling drugs and all that stuff, he didn't engage in any violent acts. He paid his rent on time. He played basketball with the local kids down at the park, and he was just described as a nice man by friends and family. He
Okay.
also had a Cookie Monster puppet, which he carried around with him all the time. He talked to it. He took it with him everywhere, and then he used it to entertain smaller kids in the neighborhood.
So it was for an entertainment purpose. It wasn't like he thought the Cookie Monster was his friend.
I think it was more of he needed it. It was like his security blanket. It's like Linus and his security blanket. So he carried it everywhere. He slept with it. He had it always. And then he used it with the younger kids and be like, oh, 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 oh. So again, remember that Marty did have, he had intellectual issues. So perhaps this is, okay.
Okay.
He started to have a relationship with Robin DeSainer, who moved in with him for a time. She also partook in the drug use. And he also has other women come to the apartment to stay. So, like, they come in, they stay and then they kind of, yeah.
If everybody's consenting, it is what it is.
Exactly. Marty also had a composition book that he carried around with him. He sketched it in normal stuff. However, a neighbor happened to flip through it and saw a majority of it. He was sketching naked women, dismembered body parts, and women missing several parts of their body.
Oh.
So the neighbor's like, great stuff.
I think I left the stove running.
Yep. I think
I have to go wash my hair.
Yep.
I'm not going to go call the police immediately, I promise.
His neighbor didn't, because he's like, okay, maybe I'm just chalking this up as he's being a weird guy because he doesn't really have any violent tendencies.
Maybe he just likes to draw weird things.
That's okay. Like, that's totally fine. The summer of 1987, neighbors complained to the landlord because they said it doesn't smell right near Marty's apartment.
No. Oh boy.
So the landlord went to Marty and said, "Listen, like, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? Because it's not good for the other tenants." Marty ignored him. Okay. So August 9th, the landlord was like, "Okay, listen. Nothing has changed. You're ignoring my, whatever. You got to leave. Like, you just have to leave. Like, whatever."
Evicted.
So Marty refused to let anybody in, though. So he boarded up the front door with boards. He grabbed a few personal items, which included the Cookie Monster, and then he fled out the fire escape. So the landlord wasn't able to get into the house or into the apartment. So he's like, well, son of a bitch. So then he called the cops.
Where's the girlfriend?
The cops broke in, and they were not really prepared for what they found.
I'm not prepared for what they found.
No,
I'm not prepared.
It's definitely a scene.
Oh boy.
So they found a naked corpse of a black woman, partially clothed corpse of another woman, traces of blood, drugs, and garbage 40 centimeters high or 15 inches high.
He was a hoarder on top of everything.
I don't know if he was that, or if it was just a matter of, like, he just didn't throw shit away. Like, he just kind of, like, he was just like, let's do drugs. Okay, bye. A pile of dirty mattresses, which...
Those are expensive.
An actual skeleton. Like a human skeleton.
Holy shit.
They went into the closet and they found more skeletal remains wrapped in a blanket. So this dude has actual skeletons in the fucking closet.
Are these
I'm laughing. It's just...
Are these all chicks that he did drugs with? Wouldn't you think the bodies would contaminate the drugs? What is going on?
There's a lot of questions I have.
I have so many.
On the roof, the police also found a duffel bag with bones of hands, feet, and legs that are just... he just left there. And when they investigated the basement area, they found a skull, a rib cage, and a pelvic bone. Altogether, they found 7 victims.
I think I want to throw up right now.
Right?
Like, I literally got a wave of nausea. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay.
I know that you have a lot of questions because I also had a lot of questions.
And the fact that you said that means I won't get answers. Continue, please.
Due to decomposition for most of the victims, it was hard to tell the cause of death. The 2 intact bodies died from strangulation. And it looked as though because the adjoining room was empty, he had more space to keep bones. So, like, he had his particular apartment, but because the next room was vacant, because there was a lot of openings, he, like, used that as, like, I guess I'll put stuff here for right now. Like, he used it as a... yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
So now, meanwhile, Marty has left the premises. So they burst into the door and they're like, what in the hell is this? So Marty managed to escape capture despite the fact that police put him on a wanted list. People were seeing him across town. He happened to just kind of like sneak around. Kind of like that guy, like the modern day where he
hid in the
killed
zoo.
his daughters.
Oh,
No,
which one are you
this
talking
guy
about?
like recently. I think it's Indiana. He killed his daughters, and they're still looking for him.
Oh my God. Ew, I don't like that.
So it's kind of like that, where it's like people see him, but like he's kind of dodging. So August 17th, Marty goes to his mother's house.
I'm sorry, what year is this again? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
This is 87.
Okay.
So it's not like there's cell phones, but like it's like a matter of like I saw him, and then they kind of, you know.
Yep.
It's easier to hide during the 70s and 80s, which...
Yeah.
So mom convinces him, like, you got to surrender because this is...
Well, yeah.
Crazy. So he was arrested August 17th, 10 blocks from his apartment.
Wow, he didn't... I would have bounced.
Yeah, he didn't make it far. He didn't make it very far. I think he kind of was just kind of like moving and shaking.
Duck and
around,
weaving.
And he was like, oh, yeah.
I definitely would have, like, gone to the other side of the country.
I agree. Again, though, I don't know money-wise. He also...
I would end up in Oregon.
Holy crap. Like, I'm...
Yeah.
like, police just found the actual dead people in my house. Like, I don't... So...
And nobody reported 7 people missing?
No. And...
Oh, because were they like sex workers and druggies? So probably people thought they were just on the street.
Exactly.
Okay, that's sad. That's sad. I hate that.
It is.
You're prowling on a...
It's extremely sad.
You're prowling on a population that... I don't like it.
I agree. And not for anything, too, but, like, sometimes people who are, like, oh, they're just drug addicts. It's like, no, they're people.
That's a human.
Like, it's, again, the idea of, like, police are like, well... Maybe
I mean, well, when the little blonde girl goes missing, not that the little blonde girl shouldn't get the attention, but they get all the attention.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing that we actually like talked. I think we talked about it with Gabby Petito when we were talking.
Maybe, yeah.
And it's just hard. It's just like that. So these women in particular, I'm going to give you the list of their names, and they were people that did frequent his home for drug use, and yes, of course, his longtime girlfriend that was in the house. Once he was in custody, he confessed to everything. He was like, yep, that was me.
No shit. I thought he'd say it was Cookie Monster.
I mean, he still had Cookie Monster, but they had to take him in for evidence.
Oh my God. How, like, what did he do? He didn't have Cookie Monster anymore. What did he do?
It was pretty traumatic for him without Cookie Monster. And this is not me being sarcastic. It was for him. He was like, but I sleep with him. I need him.
What do you mean I can't take Cookie Monster to prison with me? What do you mean?
He's going into evidence, and he's like, no, I need him. So
Did he have blood on it?
So he said, no. He said he strangled the 7 women after sharing drugs with them. And then some of them he had sex with and he strangled them during sex. But he strangled them accidentally.
7 times? What are you, the dude from Of Mice and Men?
Doesn't know. I'm not saying, like, again, I watch the true crime documentaries and stuff. When you are physically strangling somebody, it takes more than just, like, the 2 seconds that the movie makes you think. So he accidentally held his hands over this woman's throat for 5 to 10 minutes.
7 minutes? I mean, I could definitely see during sex
I guess.
it being an issue. But when you see
this is what he was saying.
Passed out. Like, that's, ooh, shit, I almost died. That's something completely, like, I don't know. I don't like it.
He said he committed his first murder in 1986. And then he killed another person because she came into the apartment and saw the dead body. So, like,
okay,
gotta get rid of it.
Don't get rid of the dead bodies. Get rid of the human who saw them.
Get rid of the... Oh, no, you saw them? Oh, my God. So, forensic exam confirmed the testimony and that the last 2 victims were strangled 10 days prior to discovery. So, like, it's not even like he had stopped and he was just kind of, like, hoarding them. It was just 10 days prior. The other 5 had been dead for 6 to 12 months, depending on the decomp.
But he had just straight up bones.
Yeah, because the 5 people who were dead, they just decomposed, and then he just let them rot. So, yeah, it's.
I don't like it, Jen. I don't like it.
The victims were ID'd as Cynthia Brooks, Valerie Jameson, Mary Jeter Mathis, Barbara Mahoney, Patricia Franklin, Sandra Garvin, and Robin DeCensor, which, yes, that is his longtime girlfriend. And it suggested maybe he killed her first. And then when she wasn't coming out of the complex, everyone was like, oh, I guess...
They broke up.
I guess Robin's just... Yeah, I guess, whatever. And then more people are coming in, so it was just... During the trial, a psychiatrist declared he was competent to stand trial. So they started the trial March 7th, 1988. They refused a jury trial because he fully admitted guilt, so he opted to have his case determined by the judge only. Also, his lawyer thought the images of the bodies would be too graphic for a jury.
I get it.
Which,
But why does he have to go to trial if he pled guilty?
I think it's more like a sentencing because I think also the prosecution wanted the death penalty.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But they were trying, so it was kind of more of a, okay, he pled guilty, but now we have to see sentencing wise.
Yeah.
Marty's lawyers were like, listen, he's mental disability and his psychophysical development, he's not capable of distinguishing right from wrong. Add in the drug abuse, and this made him act impulsively. So maybe we should take the death penalty off the table, blah, blah, blah. They also claimed he had DID, or multiple personalities. So he said Frank was the drug addict and murderer. Junior was the manageable 2-year-old who loved Cookie Monster, and Marty was the handyman who complied with police.
Well, good thing they got him when they did.
Now, this is really hard, and like I've watched a lot of things where it's like it's difficult because people really do suffer from DID.
What is that? Dissociative? What's
identity disorder.
Identity disorder. Okay.
And like people really do suffer from it, but the problem is sometimes it's like, are you Patricia? Are you this? Are you like so?
It wasn't me. It was Patricia.
That movie.
That's such fantastic. A great movie. What's that guy's name? He is amazing.
He's amazing. I'm like, I don't think anybody could have played this part.
That little kid one, where he's like, I'll show you my window.
Yes, I'll show you my room. I want to show you my room. Like, these are things that like people really do suffer from it. But when it's this, and you're like, are we just playing a game here? And I get it. I understand the other side view of that because it is really hard to prove that.
Not even that, if you don't have it or you can't, like, I couldn't, like, watching the movie, you're like, wow, that's really good, and da-da-da-da, like, you see it, but you can't come to grips with that happens.
Yeah.
Like, it's out there, it's out there, that people have it, but, like, you can't fathom it until you live it.
Exactly. So and so that's why, like, in a court of law, it is very, like, when people say, well, are they just faking it? It is possible, and people have done that.
Yep.
But it is one of those things where you're like, I really don't know until, you're right, I don't know until you actually live it.
Mm-hmm.
So his mother disagreed that they should take his life because she told the court, quote, he didn't kill those people. The real murderer is still out there.
Oh, okay.
I'm asking you to listen to your heart. Marty is a child in a man's body. Marty is retarded, again, to use the R word. He was never raised to hate. He was raised to be obedient. Marty is alive. I want him to stay alive. So mom thinks...
Mom's in denial.
Yeah.
I fucking say it. Mom is in denial.
Yeah, mom just is like, oh no, it wasn't him. It was Patricia.
It was definitely Patricia. Patricia did it. Go get her.
The two women who did at one point live with Marty did testify. One said he would try to strangle her during sex, and he told her several times he killed a former girlfriend in anger. So she took the fuck off, which, good for you.
Bye, Patricia.
The other woman confirmed that he did confess to the killings and threatened her with a machete. She also admitted that he did speak to the Cookie Monster puppet every day when she lived with him. So...
I'm good.
So...
Kind of fucked up drug dealers you taking me to.
The defense psychiatrist said he could not recall the first 5 murders. They didn't take his mental state at the time of those murders because they happened 6 to 12 months. So they were like, we can't really recall what he was like during those murders.
Yeah.
But we can kind of go off of what. But during the last 2, he claimed he had hallucinated the voices of God and the devil. There's always God and the devil in here somewhere.
I get it.
So, April 28th, 1988, he was found guilty of all charges, which, okay. He received 6 death sentences and 1 life imprisonment.
Cool.
However, as leniency, the court ruled that his death sentence could only be carried out after he served his life sentence, which guaranteed he'd never be executed. I don't understand why they do this. Like, just say fucking life in prison, because, sure, he's got 6 death sentences. You can't die 6 times.
Yeah, that always confuses me. Like, how are you getting, like...
know?
My favorite is something like you get 12 life sentences plus 50 years. Yeah. Like...
Just say you're in there. Like, just say you're never coming out.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, just give him the wristband that's, like, bright red so everyone knows they're a lifer. Like...
Right, exactly.
Maybe like, it's just where they put him. Like, maybe it's because of, like, where he has to go prison-wise. Like, because, they, like, maximum and not maximum and really, really not maximum. I don't know what they're called. Like,
right.
I mean, if he doesn't have to go to, what is that? Alligator Alcatraz, I mean.
Yeah. And that's, like, it just made me laugh because they're like, no, we definitely sentenced him to death. However, he has to serve out his life sentence first. And you're like...
I think it has something to do with, like, where they are in the system, probably.
And you know what? You're probably right. There's probably a reason for it. I just was like, just say he's in there for life and don't tag the death sentence on, because he can't be put on death row, because he said he can only get the death sentence once he fulfilled this.
Maybe that also fucks with, what is that called? With parole?
Yeah.
Maybe that'll screw with the parole. No, I know, but now you don't have to waste tax dollars on parole and appeals. Is that a thing?
You know what? Maybe.
I'm now dissecting the judicial system that I don't understand.
Which honestly, it's again, it's like you got 3 life sentences, this, that, and and you're right. Like, tack on another 50 years. So, but
cool.
After the trial, Marty asked his lawyer to give him back his Cookie Monster puppet, which was seized after the arrest.
Yeah, Cookie Monster.
Which is kind of... And apparently now in 2025, he is an ordained minister. in prison.
So is he marrying all the inmates? Does Cookie Monster
I
help
suppose.
him? Like,
I think Cookie Monster's the witness, and like,
got
you know,
it.
like you need a
Okay, yeah, that
witness.
makes sense.
So yeah, so that was a little bit of a okay, all right. But you can be ordained online, right?
Yeah.
It's just that you can take a course and whatever.
Yeah, it's like
So
45 minutes. I could become ordained in like 10 minutes.
I think I want to do that just because
Fucking do it.
like I kind of want to be a notary just so that I don't have to go to a notary when I have to do things.
Okay, well, that's illegal, first off. You can't notarize your own shit. That I know. And the notary thing is a little bit more, there's like a test you have to take and shit.
Yeah.
It's,
but
and I don't.
you would think, though, that like for an ordained minister, it wouldn't just be a 45
Dude,
minute
they have
check,
a thing where you could be ordained in dudism. Christopher is.
That's true.
He's an ordained
That's
minister in the dudeism or whatever the fuck it's called. Like,
That is true.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. So yeah, that's
wow.
my story.
I will never look at Cookie Monster the same, and it's not even his fault.
Right? And it's not even his fault.
It's not even
Oh
his
my
fault.
God.
Okay. Well, moving on to my story, my thing. It's not really a case. I'm covering the Paris Catacombs. So there's lots of skeletons. Very little closets, though, if I'm honest.
Right. Did you see the horror movie? I don't know what it's called, but like we were talking about the horror movie based on the Paris Catacombs, and I was like, I am never.
There's a horror movie based on the catacombs.
Yeah.
Horror movie based.
I don't know what it's called. I know everybody's screaming at me right now, being like, "This is what it's called," but I am very like uncomfortable with tight spaces, and it kind of seems like that's how the movie was going. They were in tight spaces and they were wandering around. There were skeletons all over the place. I don't know.
Some of the things are pretty narrow, but I don't think you're ever like. For me, it'd be because the ceiling's so low. Like,
Yeah.
I think the ceiling looks pretty low. Okay, let's get into this. So,
Sorry.
No. We're going to start with the history. So, in ancient times, when Romans were in what is now Paris, France, they found that the ground was filled with limestone. So they started, like, what is that called? Like, taking out the limestone to start building Paris above. So, like, Notre Dame is built on limestone that was excavated from underneath Paris.
Oh.
Pretty cool, huh?
It is cool.
So by the Middle Ages, the quarry had been expanded drastically, and there was a huge, massive tunnel system. I mean, it's still there with caverns and little rooms and all these different things all under the city. And in the 17th century, they had to abandon them because the entire system became unstable.
Oh, gee, I wonder why.
Yeah. There are actually passages. This is what I thought was pretty cool. I threw in like little fun facts. There are passages. The passages underneath have actual street signs. So they have like markers in the wall with like a little plaque that says like the street that's above. So when you're underground, you know where you are so you don't get lost.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah. In 1774, okay, this is kind of like the oh shit moment. So in 1774, there was a massive sinkhole in the Rue de Enfer? I don't know. It means road to hell. The road to hell, they called it. So it engulfed houses, carts, people. They all fell over 84 feet to their death into these tunnels. Then other sinkholes started popping up over the next couple years, and this caused absolute panic and outrage throughout Paris. I get it, bro. Like, imagine just walking out, gone,
And like,
dead.
Like,
You're just swallowed. Your house, you go to work, you come back, house is gone. There's just a hole. Wow.
Like,
what a hole.
You're walking home from work. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Holy shit.
My God.
Oh my God, please keep listening. I'm so sorry. That was bad, but it was funny.
That
was funny. I'm funny. I swear I'm funny. I promise.
I think we're pretty funny.
I think we're hilarious sometimes. I'm glad that you and I do this together. Okay.
Oh my god.
Whew. Okay, so in response to all these crazy sinkholes, King Louis the 14th created the Inspection Générale des Carrières, or the IGC. Sorry, I'm not French. I can barely speak English, and that is my native language. Okay. So in 1777, their job was to map and maintain the quarry tunnels under Paris because, fucking sinkholes. But then a growing public health problem provided a very grim solution.
It's a plague.
It's not a plague. We're in the 1700s. It's not a plague.
There's always a plague. There's always a plague.
Okay. Well, it's not the plague. So the serious health crisis is, in part, Les Innocents Cemetery. So this is the city's largest and oldest burial ground that has been used for over 10 centuries. Okay. It is so overfilled. There are stacked mass graves. People are only buried a few feet below the surface. And because of this overcrowding, there are horrible conditions. Think the smell of decay seeped into nearby homes and businesses. Anytime there were heavy rains, decomposing matter leaked into neighboring cellars. Reports described, quote, walls of human bones visible when cemetery walls collapsed. Yeah, nasty. So then in 1780, one of these mass graves that was against a wall. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Let me tell this story first. So one of the pits that was a mass grave exploded because of decomposing gases, and carcasses were literally hurled against surrounding houses.
It's science, so I guess it can happen, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's nasty. Then,
holy Christ.
That spring was particularly rainy, so one of the walls of the cemetery collapsed, and that's when they finally took action. What are we going to do here? So in 1786, the Council of State decided to transfer remains from the overflowing cemeteries into the abandoned limestone quarries.
So what, they're going to stack it up, and the bodies are going to be the bricks that hold the under. All right.
So
I'm just talking out loud. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I get it. Now you know how I feel when you're telling stories and I'm getting ahead of you because I'm terrified and I'm you just need to say it. You just need to say it. Say it. Say it, Jen. Say it. Okay. So from 1786 to 1814, bones from multiple cemeteries were systematically exhumed, but they had to do everything at night so they wouldn't bother the public. And then they would have these really heavy, dark tarps that they would put over the carts that they transported the bones in case people woke up at night and saw them, to not bother the public. There was this big thing oh no, they can't see the bones. Bitch, a week ago, Johnson's head was flying into some poor bitch's window, but we got to worry about these fucking bones. Oh my God, you might see a bone. So they take these carts to the site. It was under the plain of Montague. This is in South Paris. So they brought all the bones there and they just started making piles, basically. There'd be a pile of femurs here, a pile of skulls there, a hand was hanging out. And then somewhere between the 1810s to the 1830s, Louis Etienne Haricart de Thury, whatever. So he was one of the inspectors of the quarries, and he was this is terrible, guys. What the fuck are you doing? What are we... Guys. The fuck, bro. So he transformed the ossuary into something more organized. The skulls and femurs were stacked in decorative patterns. think geometric, hearts and crosses, stuff like that. And then he added plaques throughout with poetic or philosophical inscriptions about death.
All right.
So this made, the underground become a macabre but oddly artistic monument. So in 1809, they started to give small exclusive tours. Patrons were mostly writers, artists, and curious nobles. And then there were secret aristocratic parties that were sometimes held in the catacombs where guests drank, they danced, and dined among the bones by candlelight.
I can't say I wouldn't want to do that, but at the same time, I can't say I wouldn't be like, what the hell am I doing down here?
Oh my God, it gets better. So over the 19th century, the catacombs opened to the public and they became the strangest and most profitable tourist attraction. Some of the visitors included Emperor Francis I, Napoleon III, Victor Hugo, Jean-Paul Sartre, and so many more. So the ossuary holds the remains of an estimated 6 to 7 million people. That's 3 times the amount of the population in Paris today.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of skelly-mans.
The catacombs stretch over 200 miles beneath Paris, but there's only 1 to 2 miles that are open to the public. Access to the rest of the network is absolutely forbidden, but urban explorers regularly sneak in. Urban explorers regularly sneak in, and then the public entrance is at Place d'Enfer Rochereau and welcomes more than 500,000 visitors every year. Sorry, I thought I had more about the trespassers. Oh, here it is. I found it. So there's a special police unit called the Catacomb Police. Very original. And they hunt for trespassers who are called cataphiles. It's like a whole movement. It's a group. It's been going on since like the 70s.
I love that.
The fine for getting caught in the forbidden part of the catacombs is about 60 pounds. This one's pretty cool. In 2004, police found a fully functional underground cinema, complete with a giant screen and a theater that could seat 20 people. They actually carved 20 seats into the stone for people to sit in and watch movies. There was projection equipment, a bar, living areas, even a restaurant, all hidden deep in the forbidden section. The creepiest part of all, though, is that they discovered cameras from the ceiling recording them. A few days later, a police squad went back to the area, obviously with a larger team so they could investigate more. But everything they found, the bar, the cinema, the living areas, all vanished. The only thing that was left was a note that said "Ne cherchez pas," which is "don't search." Now, some locals believe you should never visit the catacombs on November 3rd. It's said the spirits of the dead roam the tunnels that night, whispering to visitors until they go insane. And with that, let's get to the ghosties. So I really honestly thought there would be more negative stuff down there, considering you have, 6 to 7 million bodies, but
they're not all together.
They're not all together. They
weren't
exhumed like in a nice way. I mean, they might have hit a building at some point. I just thought they'd be a little different. But so many visitors claim to hear voices either calling their names, whispering in French, or muttering indistinguishable phrases. Some say the spirits of those disturbed. Some say it's the spirits from those disturbed from Les Innocents Cemetery. Others believe it's the tunnels absorbing sound and replaying it.
Okay.
Some hear childlike laughter. I'm good, bro. I don't think there's many children buried here. I think they kind of took the kids and put them somewhere else. But
Let's hope.
The sounds have been recorded by urban explorers in empty sections of the catacombs, and their high-pitched, playful giggles echoing through the darkness.
Jesus.
I am so good, bro. I don't need that.
That is so strange, because if it's not... I mean, we don't know, because all the bodies are all mixed up. But, like, if it's not children, why are we hearing children's laughter?
Yeah. If not child, why child-shaped?
Yeah.
Some visitors feel a sudden tug on their clothing or a cold brush across the back of their neck in narrow passages. So like you were saying, it does seem small. There are parts that are pretty narrow, but then they open up again. Like you kind of just got to get through it.
I think the reason why because I think it's like the horror movies and stuff that go into the forbidden areas that actually you need to crawl through.
Oh yeah, no.
And then I'm like, I'm good. I can't. I'll go and I'll stand around and kind of look and do look at all the plaques. Look at all the wonderful things. Sure, I'm not crawling through anything. I'm good.
No, I don't crawl in my own house. I ain't crawling on a fucking tour. Get out of here.
No.
There's a part of Zach Bagans' Haunted Mansion museum, that you're supposed to crawl through. It's like a hidden part if you're on like the VIP or the RIP, whatever they call it.
Okay.
It's a secret passage that you can like crawl through, and it's like super dark in there, and like you just crawl through. There's nothing. You just literally takes longer to crawl through than it does to just walk around to the next room. Yeah, so the first time Ken and I crawled through it. The second time I was like, nah, man, I'm good. Where am I going? And he's like, but you have the special tour. I'm like, dude, I've done it. Let's go. Next room. I'm not crawling. I'm not doing it. I thought like something cool would happen in there. Nothing cool happened in there. It was just like a fucking waste. But these tugs and hands across your neck stuff, this is mostly reported near ornate bone arrangements and has been referred to as the disembodied hands. That part makes it creepier.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Another phenomena is known as the, quote, eyes in the dark. So while people on tours, they claim that lights from the flashlights reflect off what appear to be black eyes staring at them. But what's worse is witnesses say eyes are sometimes higher or lower than a normal human height, and they blink out. When I read that, I immediately thought of the Haunted Mansion in Disney World. Or Disneyland, whichever one you go to. Like, I was like, yep, that happens in the Haunted Mansion. Okay. So in the 90s, explorers found a video camera deep in the restricted area. The tape allegedly shows a man wandering through the tunnels and becoming increasingly panicked and then dropping his camera. The man was never identified, and some claim he was never found. Some believe he was lured by a presence into going deeper until he was lost forever.
Mm. Mm-hmm. I think that's the premise of the horror movie.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
There it is.
Found it.
Sounds great.
Found it. Then there's the ghost guide. So a tourist group in the 80s claimed that a man in an old miner's coat guided them to the exit after they became lost. Staff later confirmed no such guide had been scheduled or was on duty. The guide supposedly disappeared before the group could thank him.
Oh. It's just like this way.
Yeah.
See, that I'm okay
That's
with.
fine. So then we have Philibert Aspirate. Nailed it. So this is the only officially documented and confirmed death in the catacombs.
Okay.
So through all of that mining, through all the years of putting the bones in and there's only been one confirmed documented death in the catacombs. Isn't that fucking weird?
It is weird.
I think it's weird. So he was a hospital doorkeeper in 1793, and the story goes that Philibert entered the catacombs during the French Revolution, and he was looking for a hidden stash of liquor from the Val de Grace monastery. He became lost in the maze of tunnels and died in the darkness. His remains were found 11 years later, and he was only identified by his hospital keyring.
Oh, Jesus.
He was buried in the catacombs in the exact place where he died, with a tombstone describing his death. And it said his ghost appears annually on his anniversary of his death, still searching for a way out.
Oh, that's terribly sad.
I think that's November 3rd, too, honestly.
That would make sense, because if they all roam at that point, and like...
Yeah.
That's terribly sad.
Okay, then... It's so sad. Then we have the Lantern Man. So he's a tall, gaunt figure wearing 18th century quarryman's clothing and holding a lantern. He's often seen checking walls or appearing around corners only to vanish without a sound.
Okay. No malicious intent.
No, it's probably residual, honestly, like we talked about last week. And then finally, there is the Black Figure. He's described as a shadow, or it is described as a shadow. This is that is darker than the surrounding darkness. That's not creepy.
No.
It is seen darting between the bone stacks or following explorers at a distance, but it never approaches you, and it always keeps pace with you.
That would be I don't like that.
No, I hate it. And that is it for the Paris Catacombs.
You know what? I love that. I love that you gave the background too on the limestone. I did not know that. That's really interesting.
And think about it.
I learned today.
Limestone is one of those like big, because it's so porous, it is a major contributor to the stone tape theory. That's another reason why I'm kind of like, I'm surprised there's not more going on down there.
Yeah, like you would think, and again, like my whole thing too is that they transported bones of people and none of them match. It's not like they were actual, like, here's a body, like they just stacked random shit. You would think there would be more activity, but that's
crazy, right?
It is crazy, but you know what?
I've always,
interesting how they built it, and they were like, you know what, let's just use bones,
it's a solution. Can I tell you, this is like one of the big places I want to go. I know that's really creepy, but like it's on my bucket list.
I would like to, like, you could do I think you could do like a virtual, like a, not virtual, but you could do like a tour, because when we looked up the website and it said like the different tour dates, the different prices and all that stuff, I think you can do something virtual, but I don't remember.
There's like 9 million pictures on, what is that, Yelp? I think I went to Yelp to get pictures, and there's like I wanted people's pictures. I didn't just want pictures, you know, like I wanted like people who had gone. So I took a bunch off of Yelp, and there's like over 1,000 pictures. So I think I got a tour through pictures.
Yeah,
you know,
that's fair.
But it was.
It would be really interesting to go. I think that because I've seen so many movies where it's like you're crawling and then it gets narrower and narrower, I'm like, ugh. But if it's just like, hey, here's the room, here's a couple plaques, like I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I think that's
it's creepy.
Kind of what you do.
It is very macabre.
It is very macabre.
But
yeah,
you know, it's part of history.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
So thanks for hanging out with us again. Hope you enjoyed today. We're coming up on 100, and we got something big for you. And don't forget to listen to Missing Monthly next Monday. Make sure, here we go, let me go to my spiel. Make sure you join our Instagram and Facebook so you're always up to date on our stuff. Make sure that you're liking and sharing and commenting on our stuff as well, because that really helps us. Sharing helps us the most. If you are all caught up and would like more content, feel free to go to our Patreon. You can get there from our website, deathbeforebooze.com. While you're over there, if you want some merch, feel free to click the merch link. And then also over there is our blog, so you'll be able to get all of our sources and pictures from today's episode that we talked about. We totally understand that finances are crazy and the economy sucks and everything's going nuts. So don't feel like you have to join our Patreon or you have to buy our merch. Just keep liking and sharing our content. That supports us more than we could possibly tell you, and it always makes us happy and warms our hearts. If you guys have any ideas for, topics or cases you want to hear, or you just want to tell us about a fun thing, email us at deathbeforebooze.com or comment on any of our social media stuff. And I think that's it. And I love you guys so much. And we will see you next week.
Love you. Stay spooky. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.